Hello, guys and gals, and welcome to Farming Simulator 25. I'm Buddy1927, and today I'm going to show you how to create a field, how to prepare the field for precision farming. Um, this can also be used just in regular farming too. Well, the reason why we're on this mod page, the mod is called Perfect Edge, and this mod includes the features that allow you to look at the axis of partition. You can do perfect lines up and down. And I'm going to use this mod to help create the field. So I will have a perfect rectangular, as perfect, not as perfect as I can get it, rectangular piece of land, field. In this So the two mods I'm using is Perfect Edge and Precision Farming. So what I'll do is I'll load up um, Judith Plains, Montana, my beer and whiskey series map, because I want to add a field there, and I'm going to show you how to create the field. I'll bring you back as soon as that's done. Okay, guys and gals, we're at the field that we want to create. It's going to be a long field, narrow, long field. Okay. Now, this field had grass on it. I went ahead and cut the grass, and I took it to my hay maker, turn it into hay so I can make TMR. Now, if you have a field that has grass already on it, cut the grass. You can sell the grass. If you have animals like goats, sheep, you can turn it into hay and feed them to feed the hay. Or if you have cows, you can turn the hay into TMR. Or you can turn it into silage, sell the silage, and make a good profit out of it. Or you can turn it into TMR. I needed hay, so I'm turning it into hay. Grass is the cheapest. You don't get much money for grass. You get a little bit more money for hay if you're going to sell it as hay, and you make a lot more money. You make almost double the money if you sell it as you turn it into silage. So that's not too bad. Now, we're at the field, and what I'm going to do is hit Shift P, and I'm going to come down here to this tool, which is basically the paint tool, and I'm going to grab dirt. I'm going to open this, hit the M button. You can see the square get a lot bigger. And what I like doing is trying to get lined up with the field that I am going to do. I'm going to start at one end. Come on. And what I'm going to do is just hold, since we got the perfect edge, I'm just going to go to here. Actually, I'm going to turn it this way. Yeah. I'm going to here. I'm going to hold down Shift, and you can see I made a perfect straight line. Now, what I'm going to do is turn it this way. Let's scroll in a little bit. And I'm going to get on this edge right here. Hold down Shift again. And now I'm going to hold the S key, and it's going to make me a perfectly straight line. As I'm going down this field. It's making me a perfectly straight line. So I get to where I want to go. Oh, yeah. careful when you use this. There we go. That's better. No, no, no. Okay. And then we just do this. Okay. And I'm just going to come up this way. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to slide this over. That's as far over to the edge. We're on the edge of the map here. So what I'm going to do is just do this. Hold that. Oh. No, why are you not? I screwed that up. Let's just give me grass. There was grass. One thing about paint, you can always change it. Okay. Back to the right size. Hold shift. Now, no, I didn't tell you to do that. And let's come down here. I'm just going to paint the rest of this dirt for right now. And the reason why I do this, I use dirt because I don't want grass to be growing. So what we are going to do is hop into our plow. Now, I use what I call a cut-in plow, which is basically a straight plow. Okay. So what I'm going to do is come over to here. I'm going to unfold the plow. No, I don't want you. Hold back up. Make sure you're on the plow, not any other implement that you might have on you. And what I'm going to do is take the front wheels. Come on, I'm telling you, pull forward. And what I like doing is just scrolling all the way up to the edge. Okay, what I like doing is lining. What I want to do is line this wheel. Come on. My right wheel to the line of the dirt. And what I'm going to do here is just B to lower the plow. Then we have to hit W to create field. And I'm just going to go straight. Until I get to the edge of that thing. Then I'm going to hit B to pick up. And I'm just going to back out of the trees there. And now I'm going to line up the tractor again. And I like using the short. I'm using the John Deere plow. I like this plow because it's wide. It's about 8 meters wide, but I got better control than if I used the big plow. Now if I just back up, you see my wheel, or nope, nope, wrong way. Now I'm just gonna line the plow up there. We're gonna hit B to lower, and now we're just gonna follow the edge of the path that we just made, the dirt path, with the right wheel on the line of where the dirt meets the grass. And the size of the square is, if you go to max and then go back one, that's the size I use, and that matches this plow. So it kind of gives you a straight edge, but I'm going to show you a little bit more improvement here once we get the initial box done. We'll just go up to here, just making sure it stays that line. Keep as a straight line. So I know this is a straight line, so if I keep my right wheel on the grass, that but barely touching the dirt on the left, it gives me a perfect, not a perfect line, it gives me a line. And I'll show you how to turn the line into a perfect line once we are done. Now I do have a bigger plow, which I'm going to go get. But what I want to show you is how to initiate and start start a plow. And you gotta kind of, unfortunately you can't use GPS on this settings, at least not yet. We will be able to do that momentarily. There we go. Now I do have speed override, so I'm going to use that to speed up this. So it's Alt O, Alt 0, I mean. Alt 0. It's not working. I'm trying to keep this as straight as possible. Just making sure that that wheel is on the grass and barely touching the dirt line. And we're getting towards the end, and what I'm going to do is just slow down here. And once we get to the edge of the dirt there, I hit B. Actually, what I'm going to do is hop out. Clear all this stuff out. so we can see a little bit better. I have lumberjack mod on here, and what I'm going to do is do the same thing. And as you can see, we are right on the edge of the map. Make sure I'm in line with that. No! Why are you not doing what I'm telling you to do? There, that's what I want you to do. Okay, what I'm going to do is line this back up. That's as far, well. Okay, what I'm going to do is try to line the wheel up. Now I'm going to slowly pull forward. I'm going to have to do this again. Okay, that's what I want. Got the plow where I want it, basically. I'm going to let's pull forward a little bit. That's close enough. We'll correct it at the end if we need to. I'm just going to plow this section out until I get to edge here, then hit B as in Victor to get up on this. Okay, let's get that tree to get out of the way. I'm lucky that there's no collision. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. I had it perfect. Okay, this is now lined up. I'm just going to line the back of the plow through this connects. And we hit B to lower. And now we go down this side. I'm going to try to keep this as straight as possible going down here. I did have a little wobble when I was coming down this way, so I'm just going to keep going straight as possible down this way. You can see up ahead, you can see that little wobble. But I want to keep this line straight, so you can see where now the tire is going to be in the dirt 100%, but on the edge of that line. But we're going to try to keep this as straight as possible going down this way. And this will give us a rectangular thing. And what we could do is two things. And I'll show you both methods. And now you can see it's going back to grass dirt. So we kept a pretty good straight line so far. Now you can make your field as big as you want. I'm just using this strip of land because I want to plant alfalfa here. Because I need alfalfa. I use alfalfa to make silage. And I also use alfalfa hay for the alfalfa hay for the goats, to feed the goats. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just get right up here, so I'm right over this. And I might have to eliminate that beehive. Yes, I'm going to have to eliminate that beehive. I'll just get rid of both of them. And what I'm going to do is just come up to right about there. Okay, and hit B. Now we do have a little bit of imperfection. Nope, wrong tractor, wrong tractor, wrong tractor. Tab through all my tractors until I get to the right tractor. Yeah, that one will work. This is the 9R. Oh. Yeah. I don't like using the 9R because the back end swings. When you are trying to cut in, you want to be as straight as possible. Okay. Turn around. And we're going to grab the big plow. And usually I have this all set up, but I forgot to grab this plow. So we are going to go over there. And if you know your map, you know the shortcuts and everything. We're just going to drive that to over here. Doing good, making good time. Now we got the preliminary triangle set. Not triangle. We got the preliminary rectangle set. And we're going to use the big plow to plow up the rest of it. Then I'm going to show you how to fine tune the field and make it a little bit more perfect so you don't get those wavy lines and stuff like that, which I'm hoping we won't have much of a wavy line, and I'll show you how to fix that. Okay. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do is just come over to here. We're going to unfold that. And what I like doing is I just like having part of the plow in the area that's already a plow. Make sure we're 100% on what's been plowed. We're going to hit V to lower. And then we're going to have to hit Y to create field. Why? Because that's the letter we have to use. That's why. Sorry, that's a dad joke. And I'm not a dad. But we're going to plow up this field. It won't take that long to plow up this field. But we're going to plow it up. Then I'm going to show you a little trick that I do, that I like doing, to kind of create a perfect edge around the sides. The left-hand side, as we're going up, looks pretty good. The right-hand side looks a little wobbly. You know, you got little bits here, little bits there, there's a little bit there. But we're going to try to straighten this all out once we get everything plowed. Yeah, I tried going a straight line. But the tractors, when you're not using GPS, have a tendency of moving. And as you can see, it's moving. But I like using my big plow, which I think this is 18 meters in length. So it's a lot bigger than the small one. So it plows up the intersection a little bit quicker than if I would have used the 8-meter plow. So it's a little bit more than double the width, but I like keeping a little bit over. I like keeping part of the plow on there, so that way I know that 100% everything's cut in. And there's no little strip that didn't get plowed. Because we are creating a field, and I like to have a little overlap just to maintain what's going on between what's been plowed and what hasn't been plowed. And one thing you want to make sure when you are plowing in creating a field, only plow what you want to plow, what you want to turn into a field. So if you, like when I get to the end, I don't want this flip around. I want to make sure my plow is lifted so I can. There we go. That time it worked. It didn't work on the other tractor. Okay, that's better. That's better. So once I get to the end, I want to make sure I'm at least. Okay, now I hit V to lift up the plow. Get you out of the way right now. I run you over, car. You want to pull out in front of the tractor that has the right of way? I'll run you over. Okay, there we go. back to that. Oops. Okay, since we got the plow lifted, I can now make a big arc. And it looks like I might be able to just do two passes on this field. Again, make sure the plow is 100% in the plow area. And we come down. Now, I have on my settings, I have periodic plowing and periodic liming set. So what I like to do is go ahead and lime the field. First time I'm using it, I always lime it. First time I use the field, I always plow it. So I will lime and plow. But since I didn't have a field, I'm creating the field, I have to plow first, then come back and lime it. That's one of the things I like doing, is making sure that, and we are using precision farming. I don't care if it says, oh, pH is fine, I still lime it. Because about every 3 seasons, you have to replow or relime and replow the field. Okay, up. I'm just gonna back up. Now I'm going to use GPS. So you hold H. So what I'm going, oh, I need to move that tractor. I'm just gonna move you out of the way. Okay, now you can see we got a little problem here. You can see how that line is not perfect. It's more at an angle. What I'm going to try to do and this is kind of hard to do with this plow. Actually, I'm not going to use this plow. Let me move you out of the way. I am going to use that other tractor for the ends. I am going to use this tractor. I'm going to show you a little trick I learned. And I'm going to have to get rid of all these. Okay. And I need to get rid of that tree too. We can see. Okay. Again, we're going to hold H. Make sure you select one. When you do this, and basically what we are going to do is create a straight line as much as possible. A hook onto there. Okay. Okay, here's. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna turn that off. And I'm just gonna go straight. Keep it in between the blue line. And what this is going to do is kind of straighten this line out. Okay. V is in Victor. Then what we are going to do is hit Shift P. Come on. Hold Shift. Ah. Ah! Okay. So I'm going to detach the plow and reattach the plow. I'm going to hit Y again. Make sure this plow's up. We're going to hold H. Reset the GPS. Now you can see that line's a lot straighter. So I'm just going to double. Hook onto the GPS. Again, it's going to make sure the plow's up where I want it to be. Okay. It's as close as I can get it there because we're on the edge of the map. And we'll go down to the other end. We're going to use this plow to take care of this. Now, technically the field is created, but I want to make sure if no matter what I'm planting, the harvester can go in a straight line, the mower can go in the straight line, whatever I'm using, whatever field crop I'm using on this thing, I want to make sure it does the same thing. You can see how wavy it is, but here, okay, yeah. We're gonna start on this end. Okay. Click on the line. Then we're going to make sure the plow's where we want it to be. And hit B. And turn off the GPS. Keep it going straight. Okay, there's something I want to do here. Okay. Why are you going that way? I don't know what's going on here with. Okay. This is what happens when you pick the edge of the map. Oh, I want you to go back. Thank you. Now I'm just going to hit one. I'm going to hit M twice. And what I'm going to do here is shift. There we go. I'm just going to cut this edge because we're close to the map. I'm just going to make this a straight line. And then just come back and paint the sections that were plowed. That careful when you paint because you don't want to accidentally unplow something you've already plowed. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is detach the plow again. Reattach the plow. Hit Y again because that way it's in create field mode. Redo this. And now you can see it's a lot straighter. Yes, okay. I want you. And we're just going to cut this line one more time. Making sure it's on the field. I am. I hit Y. Okay. Let's redo that. Always make sure you press F1 to make sure that it is set to create field, not limited to field. Double check why. Yes, we're at cut field. Okay, again, make sure the plow's where you want it to be. And now you should be able, now it's creating a straight line. Excuse me. Okay, and we're to where we want. Hit V. Actually hit X because we're done with this plow. Now we're going to use the big plow to redo everything. So we're just going to go down, drive down to the big plow. We're in America, buddy, not England. That's close enough. We can turn that off. Hit the brakes. Okay. What I want to do is just detach and reattach. So that way when I go to... Why are you not going? Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't tell you to do that. H. Stop. So I screwed that field up. I sure did. Let's move that tractor out of the way. Okay. Alrighty then. Now with the big plow, you gotta make sure you got plenty of room. And what we're gonna do is just come here, go on the field, hold H, and we're going to steer and assist. Make sure it's one lap. It is. Hit F1. Allowed to create fields. Why? Because we want to. MOUSE. There we go. Now I want to make sure this plow is 100% in the plowed area. So I hit B to lower. And now we're doing the creating the edge. Any missteps or anything like that, you can see the left-hand side creating it a little bit more. And what this does is straightens out any wavy lines that we might have had. And the big plow, it usually goes straight. And since we are using GPS, it's a lot easier to actually keep it in a straight line. And there we go. Now we slow down. Now we want to make sure we're up at 100%. There we go. Hit V as in Victor to make sure the plow is raised. Now we just want to go down. Other side. There we go. Hit V as in Victor. Lower the plow. And now you can see it's making a straight line on the left-hand side again. It's kind of taking out those little wavy lines. Slow down. There you go. And we're just going to come to that. Up. Oh, I didn't tell you to back up. Now we're just going to finish this up just to make sure that everything is plowed. Up. There we go. V. And we'll finish this. I always double plow with the Y, with it as creating fields, even though this area is plowed. If there's any little section that we might have missed, this will make sure it gets it. We got the plowing. Okay, yeah. Slow down. There we go. We want to make sure. Tap, tap, tap. There we go. Now we're done with this field. Hold the plow. Okay. No, I said F12. Thank you. And we'll turn on flight mode. Okay. Now you can see the field is narrow. It's straight. And has perfect edges. Okay, so we're gonna hop into this tractor. We're gonna detach the plow to it. And this is the soil sampler. Now you unfold it by hitting X and that little triangle comes up. And you can do this. I think you can do it. I did it before on other maps. No field detected. Okay. Well, we want to get soil samples, so we just created a field. We can't go to the map and click on, because you can see there's no field except for the previous field, but there's no field on the map to click on. So we hit B, get that little yellow circle, and turns green. You got a green circle. It turns yellow when you are soil sampling. And what I like doing is just going in a straight line to the edge of where the previous one is. Then we just do that. And just keep on hitting B as in boy. And before you put down any fertilizer or lime or plant anything, and you use some precision farming, always make sure you get soil samples of the field. That way it will tell you exactly how much lime to put down, how much fertilizer to put down, or how many seeds you will need in a section. That's the thing about precision farming. And we're just preparing this field to be planted. We are not going to plant it in this episode. No! I accidentally hit B. You really can't move once it's soiling the sample. Sampling the soil. Not soiling the sample. Better not be soiling the sample. You want to try to keep a straight line, as straight as possible. Oh, we got a while to go. Yeah, we're kind of drifting to the left here. Trying to keep it as straight as possible. Yeah, it's a little bit easier to see. Looks like you're getting this all in one pass. That's good. If you look in the lower left-hand corner on the map, you'll see the sections. Now, what I like doing is just double check, make sure I'm not missing anything. So I'll take a sample right here and see if it's a change or not. Okay. I just go back down the way I came. It all looks good. There's a section here that popped out. Let's see what happens if I come over here. Okay, nothing changed. I just want to make sure I got every square inch registered. Gonna do one here. Okay. We got everything that we need. What you need to do now is hit Y. and you click OK, and it has sent the soil sample to the lab. So while we're waiting for the lab results, I'm going to put some of this equipment away and bring you back when the results are back done. Okay, guys and gals, we got the soil sample back. And come on. There we go. And this is our new field. We have silty clay, half of it, and the other half is loam. Okay. pH is okay. It's 6.5. We need to improve the loam. The nitrogen is bad, good. Yield, terrible. Seed rate. Oh, we haven't planted any seeds yet, so it won't tell us that. You get that from up here, just click. There you go, get to precision farming. Then you got your soil types, pH, nitrogen or fertilizer, and the yield. Once you harvest the field, it will show you the yield. We hit 84 was a bad yield. And that's it. So I have my line all set up, ready to go. I'm going to hit B. And we're going to start spreading lime. And you can see as the lime goes down, the field is covered, is changing colors. So we're improving the pH. You want to try to get as close to green blue as possible. A greenish blue, not blue and not green, but green's okay. So we spread the lime. Do a little speed override. And if you look in the upper left-hand corner, you can tell, you can see where the gold is and what it's allowing to do. So this unit is because I have a tractor that has the instruments to read how much, what we need exactly on here. It only puts down the amount of lime that is actually needed. Man. And we got the field prepped. Now we take a look at, come up here, go to pH. You can now see it's a lot better. So we have created a field, and I showed you how to do that using Perfect Edge and how to make sure the field is nice and straight, as perfect as a rectangle as I could get it. It's not perfect, but it's as close as I can get it. And I showed you what to do, how to take soil samples with precision farming, and what you need to prepare the field. Now this field is ready for planting. If I can plant whatever I want to plant on it. And my planter is a cedar planter, and it doesn't. Yeah, direct drill. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking. My planter is a planter cedar, so I can use anything that is planted or anything that's used for um in seeding. So I can plant any object, anything with one planter, and it's a direct drill, and it has fertilizer. One good thing about precision farming, once you plant and put fertilizer down all at once, it usually puts down enough for the whole season. So that's a that's a pro about about using precision farming. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and bell. That way you know when the latest videos I do of Farming Simulator 25 comes out, and when I go live playing Farming Simulator 25. And as always, have fun playing your games, be safe out there in the world, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.